Okay, I wanted to make one more video with some harder problems, some exceptions to the rules. Number one, if you could write it down, and two and three, I'm going to show you a few things that confuse kids. Okay, so this line right here in the middle is typically known as a fraction bar, and all fractions want you to do division. And so this red line is actually asking you to do division. But when you look at, PEMDAS, divide is supposed to go ahead of add and subtract. This is not the case with this problem. This problem is an exception to the PEMDAS rule. The only way to fix it is to do this. When you have a fraction with the math on the numerator and math in the denominator, you want to treat it like it's parentheses. So once you put the parentheses, now the PEMDAS works just fine. So make sure you do the top part of the fraction first, or the bottom part, but don't confuse the two and do division last. So I always go after the top. I got to pick between multiplication and subtraction. Well, multiplication is more important. So I have literally 15 minus 6. That's the top part of my fraction. And 15 minus 6 is 9. And so I go ahead and I get 9 when I do the two things on the top of this fraction. And then I come down here and I do the bottom part of the fraction, which is 5 minus 2, and I get 3. Now the last thing you want to do is this fraction bar, which is called division. And 9 divided by 3 gives you the final answer of 3. So I hope this problem will help you guys handle any fractions that you guys come across when you're doing order of operations. Number two, I wanted to spend some time on exponents. We have parentheses right here. So that's the first thing you're going to want to do. But now you got to pick. You got to pick between, do I take care of the 4 to the second power, or do I subtract 4 and 12? Well, you definitely want to do the exponent first. So 4 to the second power is 16, and you still got the 16 minus the 12 in parentheses, and you still got this other exponent outside. So try to make sure you do the parentheses and finish everything that's in the parentheses before you put this exponent on the outside of the parentheses. So what we have here is 16 minus 12, which is 4, and we finally get to put this little 2 on that 4, and it gives you an answer of 16. So we kind of stuck to the middle here for a while. Now I'm going to bounce over to this other exponent and take care of 2 to the third power, also known as 2 cubed, which is literally 2 times 2 times 2. So the exponent of 3 is going to have you multiply the 2 by itself 3 times. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, and so we now have 8 over here on this part. And then we got the 20 and the subtraction. And now we can finally see that we have 20 minus 16 plus 8. 20 minus 16 is 4. We got to go left to right now. So 20 minus 16 is 4. And we now have 4 plus 8. And you get the final answer of 12. I hope that made sense. The exponents cause a little bit of problems. So let's take a look at number 3. And I got a little quick story I want to tell you. Okay, so I got a little drawing here, a little quick story to add to our order of operations. Notice a lot of kids make mistakes, and so I always try to give them something to think about. So what we have here is somebody's having a birthday party, and we got a little piñata here. Okay, so when you look at this math problem, you got the birthday boy, which is this guy, addition, and he's inside the parentheses. And so this boy, it's his birthday, and everybody's coming over, and that's why he gets to hit the piñata first. So once he hits the piñata a couple times, we bring everything down, and you get 14 minus 13 plus 3 times 2. Now the birthday boy is done hitting the piñata, so he's already took his swings. Now who gets to hit the piñata next? Oh, the youngest one, right? The smallest one? And so the smallest one would be multiply or divide, because when you look at these problems, this is the next one you need to do first. So I just tell the kids the multiplication is the youngest one left at the party, and so he should hit the piñata next. And so 3 times 2 is 6, and you got the rest of the math problem. So now you got these 2 math problems, subtraction and addition. Well, that's when you got to go left to right with these 2 older boys. So this is the second youngest subtraction. That's why I'm going to do that one next. And so 14 minus 13 is 1. And the oldest boy finally gets to hit the piñata. And he hits it, and the answer is 7. So what you have here is parentheses being the youngest, the birthday boy. And then multiplication is the actual youngest. The birthday boy went first. And then the 2 older boys that are add and subtract. And hopefully they get the candy out of the piñata. So I don't know if that helped, but please try to remember parentheses and then multiply and divide, and add and subtract always goes last. And that's what happens at a piñata party. The oldest boys go last.